Original. Sports games. Very rarely will you see a handheld game with the game in it at a thrift store. (2017) Cory's Amir. What a boxes. But I've never played an Animal Crossing game besides from New Leaf, and I barely played that. And these aren't going to make me start. I also got a Borderlands strategy guide, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl strategy guide, but I don't need more Pokemon strategy guides, to be honest. And of course, you know, the Epic Mickey guide that's been here for about a month and a half now. Random sealed Game Boy Advance game. $4. I guess I'll pick it up. Xbox One title. Shadow of Mordor. No price on it. Kinda dangerous. Because they're probably not gonna sell it. Don't know how I missed that. Another sealed Game Boy Advance game and new Super Mario Bros. Decent amount. I wonder if there's anything else I'm missing. Like these are definitely newly here. Didn't see these before. I think that might be it for new stuff. Yeah, that's it. We were literally just having this conversation the other day that we need to start being a little bit more optimistic when we go into thrift stores, because we never grab a cart or anything and we have our hands full. It's another one of those days. There's a sealed GameCube memory card in the case. $5. That. Interesting little game. Let me know in the comments below if you know anything about this one. I've never heard of it or seen it. No hard drive. And they want the world for it. And it probably doesn't work. Damn! So the main theme of this video was recouping. I picked up a lot of things that I normally would not pick up, because I usually only look for video games at thrift stores, but lately I've been thinking, like, gotta make the most out of my time. And to be honest, a lot of times I do go into a thrift store and it's just like, alright, no video games, psh, out. Less than 3 minutes in that thrift store. So we've been taking a little bit more time in the thrift stores, finding, you know, odds and ends that I can use on eBay to recoup. So that's basically what this video is. I'm actually going to show you all the Recoupers first, and then we'll get to the video games, so we'll blow right through these. First up, for $2 at our Goodwill, got a brand new in the package Sudoku Ultimate Logic puzzle thing. Goes for like $20. This one here, just $3. It's Klondike Solitaire by Radica. Goes for about $15. Next up we have another solitaire. This one's Mega Screen Solitaire. This one was $5. I believe it goes for about $20. Why I purchased it for $5, it must be worth it. And the last three Recoupers. This first one I might actually keep because it's kind of along the lines of the board games I like to have in my collection. One Night Ultimate Werewolf. It's a 10-minute game that keeps you coming back for more. 3 to 10 players. So, not actually sure if we're going to be getting rid of that. It goes for about $15. We paid $3.50, so it might be something we just hold on to. And the next two are board games that I just don't give one solitary fuck about. Planet Earth, the interactive DVD game. This was only $2. Brand new sealed, goes for about $15 to $20. And Senior Moments. You can't remember the last time you played a game like this. Brand new sealed, $2, goes for, once again, about $15 to $20, I believe. So, now that the boring shit is out of the way, let's take a look at what I was able to find video game-wise. At one of the thrift stores where I got the Planet Earth game, Hot Shots Golf, the original. This was $3. Complete. Store where we got the Werewolf game, they had in the case a brand new GameCube memory card, which is not something you see every day. Unfortunately, it's not something that's worth a lot. It's like maybe 12 to 15, so I'll be recouping with it because I have plenty of GameCube GameCube memory cards, and I have no desire to keep one in the packaging. So, one thing I've learned is even if you hit a thrift store like yesterday, still pop in if you have the chance, you know, the next day. Because I think I'd been to this Savers 3 times in the last 4 days, and I've walked away with something every day. Every day. First off, we went to the section where they have the video games, and they had a broken case copy of Shadow of Mordor with no price sticker on it. I talked to Ted on Facebook. He also hits this thrift store, and he said he saw the games that I found already. He left them there, and at the time that Shadow of Mordor was actually sealed, but I guess someone broke it open and left it for some reason. I don't know. It's not actually worth what they probably would have been asking for it, because it wasn't the Game of the Year edition. So I didn't pick it up, because if it doesn't have a price sticker on it, it's like a coin toss when you go to the register if they'll even let you buy it, to be honest. So for $4 each, we got these 2 sealed Game Boy Advance games. We have Uno/Skip-Bo and X-Men, the official game. Are they worth it? I'll be honest, I haven't even looked them up, because I figured for $4 a sealed Game Boy Advance game has to be worth it. I'm probably going to be holding on to them regardless. And also, I almost missed this in the game section. How do you miss a Mario game in the game section when you rarely ever have a Mario game in the game section? This was $4. The condition is not great. The disc has what looks to be like someone had a sticker on it and pulled it off and left residue. I don't think the actual disc is damaged. And I have tested it. It works perfectly fine, because I actually also bought a fucking Wii at that game. I keep saying GameStop, at that Savers. Yeah, for 15 bucks. I'd actually passed up on a Wii earlier in the week at a different Savers and regretted it for 20, so I wasn't going to pass this one up for 15. This one also came with a Wii remote. It's not a plus, but it has the Wii Motion Plus dongle thing. And it had all the hookups, cords, sensor bar. So for 15 bucks, that's not bad. I honestly don't know, and this is going to be kind of an experiment with GameStop. Hey, I meant to say it this time. If they deduct anything, if the GameCube cover door is broken, which is the only thing that's wrong with this one. Tested it, works perfectly fine. Just like half the game. Stop saying game. Stop saying game, man. Stop saying game. Like half the Wii's out there, that door is broken, because Wii's are consoles that mainly small children and elderly people used, so all the small children destroyed their Wii's. Alright, and this last pickup is definitely along the same lines of, it doesn't matter if you've been there 3 times in a week, 4 times in a week, 5 times in a week. If you have the opportunity, stop at your thrift store. Unless your thrift store happens to be my thrift store. Then you could pass on it, you know? But I stopped at my old thrift store, the one that used to be where I lived. And I'd been there earlier in the week and found nothing. I believe I found nothing. This time I went and they actually had these games in the cart still. Hadn't been put away. So pretty much got these as soon as they came out. Now, not all of these are killer titles, but honestly, I don't know about you, but I don't see PlayStation 1 games at my thrift stores that often, unless they're sports titles. And even then, with the frequency at which I see them is really low. First up, we have 40 Winks for $3. And I believe, yeah, this one, for some reason, came with 2 discs. It also had the PlayStation 1 Mummy in it. I guess I'll take that out, put it in its own case. Oh, and the Mummy is scratched to fuck. Who'd have known? So I guess I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games at that Goodwill. Next up we have Speedball 2100. This one, but it's complete. Which I hear is a terrible platformer for $3. And then these last 2, these were actually the first 2 games I saw. I actually saw this one first. Spider the video game. This one goes for about like 12 to 15 last I checked. And they only had $2 on it. And it's complete. And when you haven't seen PlayStation 1 games at your thrift store in a while and you actually see a decent one just sitting on a stack of CDs, that's a great feeling. And this next one is probably, possibly, the worst game in the bunch, but it's the one I'm happy about, happiest about finding, because I actually had this as a kid. I had this for one of the Christmases after I had my PlayStation 1, and because I loved the TV show, Beast Wars Transformers. This game is booty, but I have nostalgia for it because it's one of those games where you get it, you have to open it because it was a gift, and you just try your best to like it. Because when they're watching you and they got it for you, it's rough. It's rough. So, happy to have Beast Wars Transformers. $2, paid about $13, I think, for all those. That is going to do it for this thrifting in Connecticut. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see the other Recoupers that I'm actually picking up, or if you just want to stick to video games or toys or whatever, because some of these board games aren't even that interesting, you know? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Go check me out on Patreon. I'd really appreciate your support. Big shout out to Todderbert and Dr. Doge Productions for your continued support. And, as always, keep it real, Internet. I love you guys.